Привет! Вы на канале Игровой, демон. Ну что ж, дорогие друзья, начинаем с вами проходить по-прежнему Noire. Давайте, ребят, продолжим. Всем приятного просмотра. Так, все, ребят, если что, сейчас дам вам уведомление, чтобы вы зашли все. Так, минуточку, ребят.
Are you drunk, mister? Or are you just cracked?
Did you read about the woman who stabbed her
husband? Так, подождите, ребят, вот я написал. Ребят, подождите немножко, мне что-то моя девушка звонила. Погодите немного, сейчас, подождите, сейчас сделаю кое-что. Так, ребят, я здесь. Я здесь. Давайте, ребят, продолжим. Так, я тута. Так что, ребят, давайте продолжать. Я маленько, можно так сказать, отвлекся. Давайте продолжим. Так, на чем мы остановились? В тот раз у нас был допрос. У меня, по всей видимости, опять ничего не сохранилось, ни хрена. Давайте продолжим. Так, давайте, ребят. Все-таки, ребят, я начал стрим, потому что надо потихонечку, ребят, возвращаться, сами знаете, к чему. Надо возвращать, ребят, актив на канале, потому что я стримить стал очень редко. Раньше каждый день стримил, а сейчас хрен его знает. О, привет, Лили, привет.
We're checking all the fares back 24 hours, regardless. Good.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and typed from the Times and Examiner, then glued to an envelope.
What is the other note?
This one? That's also new. A poem.
Стримить, ребят, я буду до 9. Потому что, ребят, я хочу более-менее продвинуться по сюжету, хочу побыстрее закончить эту игру. Так, передумал, блять, там не успел прочитать. Угу. Так, это что у нас? Угу. Будь ты проклят, знать тебе придет. Блин, я вот прочитать не успеваю. Мне вот интересно, что там написано. Ну чё, Лили, как у тебя дела? Давай это... Давай рассказывай. Я только что сейчас пришел с работы. И вот решил постримить. Только пришел, сразу начал стрим запускать. Ну не сразу, я еще телефон заряжал, все такое. Так что вот такие вот дела.
The Dahlia guy believes he's Superman. Your guess is as good as mine. One thing for sure is that he's educated. What about the link to the Henry case?
Так, дверь закроем. Я, ребят, хочу маленько попарить. Где моя парилка?
We have the husband in custody. We haven't interviewed him yet.
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
Так. Вот это, конечно, ребят, сегодня достижение века. Я на работе ни разу... Вот я вам отвечаю, ребят, я на работе ни разу, блин, не притронулся к своей парилке. Вот прям ни разу, ребят. Вот прямо отвечаю, я не притронулся к своей курилке на работе целый день. И сейчас, ребят, ну прям дикое желание, хочется закурить. Прям дикое желание, ребят, прям очень дикое. Прям меня вот такое чувство, меня прям что-то рвет изнутри. А у меня нормально, как у тебя дела на работе? Нормально, нормально. Так, подождите, я сейчас кошку выгоню, потому что она мне сейчас мешать будет. Так, Сима, ты мне тут лишняя совсем. На работе у меня дела нормально. Так, давайте проведем допрос. Так. Угу.
Phelps, mind coming here and doing your job for a second?
А, не-не-не, не на улицу, не на улицу. Куда? Допрос. Вот сюда. Надеюсь, ребят, я помню ответы.
I was with Antonia the night she died, but she left the apartment. That was the last time I saw her.
Так, откроем сейчас, ребят, форточку. Потому что, ребят, Мне хочется сейчас проветрить комнату, потому что, сами понимаете, от этой фигни очень сильно пахнет. Ну, типа, когда затягиваешься, по комнате табаком воняет. Не табаком, а жижей. Ну, вкусно, ну, вкусом этой, как сказать... Короче, жижа со вкусом абрикоса. Абрикосом просто по комнате так тянет. Прям, не знаю, прям тошнит. Так, первый контакт с жертвой.
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe? She didn't stay long.
Так. Типа я помню хороший.
What time did she leave?
Maybe 1 o'clock?
Так, процедура развода.
You and your wife weren't getting along. She was divorcing you. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't getting a divorce.
Так. Плохой коп.
You didn't want anyone else to have her. You didn't like the idea of other men fucking your wife, them slipping it to her, the idea that she might like it.
Vete a tomar por culo!
Easy there, Angel Boy. Ease it back a notch.
Так. Снятое с жертвы украшение.
When we found your wife,
Когда
her
мы нашли
jewelry
твое
had
тело,
been
жены,
removed.
кто снял с него
Was she wearing her
ожерелье?
religious medallion last
Вчера на
night?
ней был медальон.
She always
Медальон? Это не тот медальон, ребят, который мы нашли с вами. Так, обвинить
I
получается.
think you killed her, stripped the body of jewelry, and then went back to her apartment for the bracelet.
You should get a better hat. The sun is getting to your head.
Так, кровавый след. Женская шляпа. Точное изображение. Личные вещи. Библиотечная карточка. Письмо адвоката.
I've told you the truth. You don't believe me? You can go to hell.
Окровавленная
Your wife
рубашка.
has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that? I cut myself shaving.
Плохой, я помню.
Angel, I'm not going to waste any more time on this. Give me something or I'm going to have you charged.
My brother, Ippolito, he said some bad things about Antonia last night. So I had to sock him one. We got into it.
Keep talking.
She said she came from the El Dorado bar.
And?
It's not one of my places. We used to buy fruit at the market down the street. But the creep there was always running his eyes all over my wife.
What's the name of this fruit market?
Just picked fruit. Ord Street downtown.
Keep it to yourself, kid.
Один правильный вопрос,
Let it eat
ребят.
away at you like
Ну хоть что-то. Тот раз я вообще ответил на 2 вопроса неправильно.
Ready to spill your guts.
Are you taking my wife's murder seriously?
Coroner says it's going to take at least a week to get an ID.
Блин, капец. Так, закроем-ка форточку. Маленько что-то холодно стало. Фу. Так. Так, ладно. Что за место? Так, бар. Так, ладно, откроем дверь, ребят. Ничего страшного, надеюсь, не будет. Да.
Что там закрылся?
Да вон.
5 минут потеряно.
Не начинай, а я ее положил сюда. Вон она там стоит.
Стоит. Вон на балконе.
Can you drive to this
Они
one?
в квартире. Вот лопаешь со мной. Делал что-то?
Нет, как пришел.
You don't think it's strange
Да,
that all
час
these
назад.
murders are happening to girls who've been out drinking?
No, no. A
Да,
broad
закончил
drinks. She
пораньше,
gets a
там
bit
это,
tight, she
коробки у
starts
них
mouthing off.
закончились.
This leads to
А
that, and she ends up in
эти
an alley.
алюминий-то, короче, таскать
Sad
руками
story, but this
неохота.
town's seen
Короче,
its
все
way out
домой
1,000
пошли.
times, Cole.
Да, я пошел. Завтра, да, пойду. Да. Не. Чем раньше, тем лучше. Потом уйдешь, как обычно. Ну так я приду часов 4 и успеем еще сходить.
Another letter? I thought the letter was from a nut.
Так, ладно, и что тут у нас? А где вход-то? А, вон он.
He drove me up to Mulholland and we did some working.
А куда?
Two peanuts are walking down the street.
You want a tip? Refill my coffee.
Подожди, тут какая-то улика.
A waitress. Can I have another spoon?
А чё за улика играет? Не работает. Почему не работает? Понятно.
Say, honey, what time do you get off waiting tables?
В этом баре, ребят, только одна улика. Не работает.
What now?
И что
Back
теперь?
to Angel's joint, Phelps. I can guarantee we can make him cop to the whole thing.
Так, ну ладно. Ну-ка. Да мы еще тут не закончили просто. Тут больше нечего, ребят, делать, я так понимаю, да? Тут какие-то улики есть. За баром тоже должны какие-то улики, ребят, быть. Ладно, ребят, поехали. Поехали. Поехали в то место, где мы с вами, ребят, не закончили.
You can drive.
Угу. Так. Вот мы вернулись на то прежнее место, ребят. И давайте, ребята, расследовать. Мы это место не до конца с вами посмотрели. О, тихо. Так, а тут у нас что, шляпа какая-то? Шляпа в мусорке, как это к расследованию идет отношение? Может, там что-то получится найти? Так, тут ничего нету. Кстати, тело девушки убрали, ребят. Тут труп женщины лежал. Вон труп-то женщины-то забрали. И все улики забрали. Кроме вот этого, конечно. Так, тихо. О, что-то нашли. Опять бесполезная херня. Может, тут что-то интересного будет. Ну, кто-то еще зашел.
They've been talking about on the radio? Want another commendation?
Серьезно, а что тут искать-то? Эта дверь не открывается. Короче, ребят, валим отсюда. Я хз, что тут искать вообще. Сколько надо улик мы с вами отыскали. Все, поехали нафиг отсюда. Я тут больше ничего искать не хочу. Прям не знаю, что за место преступления такое. Так, ладно, поехали опять в бар. Будем искать там улики. Вот я сейчас ничего в голову точно ничего не приходит. Так. Опять мы приехали сюда. Давайте искать тут.
Where's that goddamn waitress?
He drove me up to Mulholland and we did some...
You ought to meet Joe's buddy. He's nice. Hey.
Say, honey, what time do you get off waiting table?
Ну-ка. Улики. Ну-ка. Интуиция. А, у нас новые места появились. Квартира вот этого. Давайте туда поедем, потому что тут я хрен его знает, что тут делать надо.
You know the way. You can drive.
Так, ладно. Вот эти два места мне сейчас непонятно никак, ребят. Так, ладно, тут что у нас? Подожди, в этом месте мы тоже бывали. Ну-ка, тут мы бывали. Да, мы тут бывали.
What do you want?
LAPD. We're making some inquiries.
Make it quick. I work nights.
So you weren't home last night?
No, I was at work.
You know nothing about Mrs. Maldonado fighting with her husband?
Those two? They're always screaming the place down.
Thanks.
No good. Nobody here.
Hey, sorry about that. I'm playing with my kids.
LAPD. Were you here last night?
Yeah. My wife and I are separated, and I had the kids last night. I put them to bed early and went to bed myself.
Thanks.
Угу. Так, что-то уже начинаю понимать, ребят, что к чему.
Hello.
LAPD, ma'am. Did you hear a disturbance last night?
Yes. Yes, I did. Mrs. Maldonado lit out of here, and her husband ran out after her.
You saw this, Miss?
Aranda. I had the door open a crack.
Did you see Mr. Maldonado come back inside after he ran out?
No. I didn't.
Thanks. We'll be in touch.
Угу. Новая улика, алиби мужа. Серьезно? Так, а тут что у нас? Ну-ка, если по другим постучать. Ну-ка, мы это место закончили, не? Да, ребят, это мы закончили. Рынок, свежие фрукты. Давайте туда, что ли, поедем. Теперь понятно, что тут надо было делать. Просто, ребят, надо было постучаться... просто постучаться людям в квартиры, поспрашивать их. Сразу, блин, не догадался. Ну ладно.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Интересно, что на рынке свежие фрукты есть?
What's your read on Maldonado?
I still like him for it. Seriously, that line about the guy at the fruit market making Isa his woman? Please. Now, we'll get to the market and the guy behind the counter will tell us he saw Angel drag his old lady off into the night. This case will be shut like all the others.
Так. Угу.
The handbag was left just up there, overlooking the market.
Should have come here from the start and saved ourselves a day's legwork.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
The greengrocer would remember the girl if she came in here bombed. Ask him.
LAPD. Detective Phelps and Galloway.
Clem Feeney. What can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
The young lady arrived around midnight?
Yeah, something like that. Used the phone for a cab and then left.
She looked like she was having a good night to you?
Hard to tell. Might have just been the booze that was making her seem maudlin.
Where did she go from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her, but a car pulled up and she got into that.
Can you describe the car?
Brown Ford Coupe, I think. She seemed to know the guy.
Do you mind if we look around?
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I guess you can. Hey, don't you have to get a court order or something? I have rights.
Clem? Shh.
Just don't know how to dance.
Ох ты! Не ожидал, что я сейчас женщину так прижму так к стенке. Вернее, оттолкну.
No wonder he stays open late at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
What do you think?
This kid sells bananas for a living. What has he got to hide? Search the place, Phelps.
So what are we hiding in here? This thing needs a combination.
Что за комбинация вообще? Ничего, ребят, не понимаю. Что за комбинация? Давайте тут пока поищем, пока не разберемся с этим.
Why cut someone who is already dead?
It's a typical power thing. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like. You must have seen it during the war. This fruit stall punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before I pull his fucking arms off. Clem!
Вот сволочь, побежал, зараза.
God damn it, get after him, Cole!
И опять приходится водить мне.
The fruit guy's getting away, Phelps. We should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Phelps.
When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy.
Ну-ка.
Strange that he leave a trail of blood right back to his own market.
Maybe he wanted to be caught. A lot of them do.
It's almost too perfect, isn't it?
There's no such thing as too perfect.
Ух ты, сволочь. Я-то думал, мы сможем, ребят, просто взять и... Да отойдите вы. И где он? Капец. Скрылся, зараза.
This fruit stall punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before I pull his fucking arms off. Clem!
Так, ребят, надо от него быстрее как-то... Надо как-то его быстрее сейчас догнать.
I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
Кошмар.
We should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Phelps.
When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
Strange that he'd leave a trail of blood right back to his own market.
Maybe he wanted to be caught. A lot of them do.
It's almost too perfect, isn't it?
There's no such thing as too perfect.
Он половину города уже разнес, ребят.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires. Hit it. Clean this asshole off the road. Show me your hands.
Вот и поймали его, ублюдка.
You're a sick man, Clem. You need help.
Now, lads, what am I to do with you? I give you a perfectly good murder. A case any homicide man would be happy with. An affront to our way of life and our Californian dream, and the chance to deliver some retribution. Are you not believers, lads? Homicide men are the right hand of God. You need to back out of here slowly and take a long, hard look at yourselves and your methods. Ask yourself what you are prepared to do to put these creatures behind bars. It's the streets for the two of you until I can find some forgiveness for the foppish behavior you've been exhibiting.
Так, ну ладно. Так, все, мы закончили. все, ребят. Ну что у нас, какая следующая? Какая-то следующая глава сейчас
Why are the
будет?
guys giving it to the dog? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do it then. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
We'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads. How can we fail? Skip with the Shadow leading the show. Who the fuck is the Shadow? Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. Never hear the bastard coming. Sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that Jap-loving son of a bitch? He's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?
А, вон следующая, ребят. Следующая, ребят, глава. Белая туфелька смерти. Дайте угадаю, опять какую-то женщину сейчас замочат.
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is, too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, to fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed in the short case. Ray Pinker will let us know in good time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to stop him with one round.
I didn't come to California to be a secretary.
Так, ну-ка.
A fine morning indeed. We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling up.
Yeah, Californians love a fad, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up at San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to send there.
Ну-ка, что за место вообще, ребят?
Yeah, I want to make homicide. You know, you've got it made.
Greetings from sunny California. When's it going to stop? Can you drive to this one?
Так, ладно, ребят, поехали.
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows maketh the man, Phelps. You can't always hit home runs. Sometimes you just gotta make first base.
Так.
Detectives?
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
Scene is secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death.
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Опять, ребят, труп женщины. Да что ж в последнее время во всех сериях труп женщины появляется. Так, и чё?
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
Угу.
Never the same, are they?
Угу.
No drag marks. The killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
Так, доллар что-то тут делает.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that.
Это еще что такое? Ну-ка.
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Так, давайте тело девушки осмотрим. Смотрим тело девушки, посмотрим, что с ней. И пойду кушать, ребят.
There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
Ладно, дорогие друзья, давайте я сейчас схожу покушать и приду. Давайте. Так. Приду через 10... Приду через 10 минут, ребят. Вот тут напишу. Вот, давайте сейчас покушаю и приду.
Hey, Cole, let's get moving. What are we waiting for? Hey, Cole, let's get moving. What are we waiting for? Hey, Cole, let's get moving. What are we waiting for? Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
Так, ребят, я здесь. Давайте продолжим. Так. 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 Так, вот. Давайте, ребят, позвоним по телефону. Так никакие задания не доступны нам.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thank you.
Вот теперь можем сюда, ребят, ехать. Так, выбрать текущее место.
You can drive.
Так, ребят, давайте посмотрим, что у нас.
To investigate the hobo lead. Well,
Поехали.
if you think we ought to, then I guess we ought.
We're looking for a tall, disfigured man at the camp.
Could be difficult. Most bums look deformed to me.
Come on, Rusty, this isn't gothic fiction. Hobos are just like you or me. They're just men who've fallen on hard times.
You ain't much of a detective, Phelps, if you think a hobo's like me. Clue number one, how do I smell?
Of alcohol and stale sweat. You know, I may be onto something here.
Very funny, Phelps.
We're looking for a tall man with a disfigured face. You know him?
Huh? What? I fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
Ah, the bum isn't here. We should follow the lead. These guys can wait. At least the rain stopped. We can change back into those white bucks now.
Так, и что тут у нас здесь? Так. Давайте в химчистку съездим.
You know the way. You can drive.
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written onto them. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guy is what I'm saying, right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
Так, вот и мы в химчистку, ребят, приехали.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
You wrote the number down on that dress, is it there?
А, вот нашли, ребят.
T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
Так, это место закончено. Можно отсюда спокойно уезжать, ребят? Да, ребят, едем туда теперь. Выбрать место.
You're behind the wheel.
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic types show a particular disposition for this stuff.
Так, ну ладно. Так. Так, ну чё, давайте, ребят, зайдем.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
it's procedure. You see to your girls.
Так, ну ладно, ребят, давайте осмотрим дом. Мало ли что-нибудь тут найдем.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Tarleton? Let him search. You got nothing to hide. You want to hear something funny, Tarleton? Some bums think filling out a missing persons report actually rules a man as a suspect.
Need to check if she was a regular.
Ну-ка, тут у нас что?
Maybe if... No.
Так, а может и нет.
This isn't what we're looking for.
Так, ладно, пойдемте отсюда.
If you'd excuse me, ladies. Not much help.
Так, тут ничего интересного у нас. Давайте откроем, посмотрим. Так, ладно.
You can see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene.
Так, тихо.
Where's my mom?
Так, и что-то еще, ребят.
Lars was out in the rain last night.
I want to go find
I'll be out of your way
Mommy
momentarily, ladies.
Ладно, давайте поговорим, что ли.
For the record, Mr. Tarleton, what is your wife's name?
Так.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. There can't be anyone who knew her.
So you don't know anyone who would want her dead?
No, I don't.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right. Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
And?
I was playing pinochle with some of the guys. Teresa had a few belts too many. She said she wanted to go on dates.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. Paid the sitter and went to bed.
In sickness and in health. To love and to cherish, Lars.
And you're the perfect husband, I suppose.
Так, последний,
Mr.
ребят.
Tarleton, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
Так, он врет.
I think you're in an unhappy marriage, Lars. I think you're lying, and you would like to get it off your chest.
You telling me my wife was unhappy? What proof do you have of that? Why aren't you out there trying to catch the person who did this?
If Bobby Ross doesn't confirm your story, we are going to come back here and pick you up. This doesn't look good, Lars.
Ладно, давайте, ребят, позвоним. По телефону. Где тут телефон, кстати? А вот, поговорить по телефону.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks, ma'am. Appreciate your time, sir.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Так, ладно, куда теперь, ребят? Сюда.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Так, ладно, поехали. Так, ну чё мы, ребят, приехали, заходим.
Gents, drink?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrellson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. You know, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
I love these waitresses. Everyone's a doll.
Mm-hmm. Так.
Put out an APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable. Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Ох ты, ни хрена себе, 2 правильных вопроса. Нормально.
This is Bates.
Я-то думал, ребят, я не отвечу. Но ответил.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird. We can't let the son of a bitch get away.
I can't decide between the tuna fish.
Go, Phelps, get after him. Come on, you gotta ride. Get in and drive. I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Ох ты, извините, мэм. Бедная мэм.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine.
Так.
He's showing you how it's done.
Половину города уже разнес, серьезно.
Clean this asshole off the road. I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck. Hit him, Cole. Spit him out.
Перевернули его.
All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Give it up, LAPD.
Вот и все, мы, ребята, его поймали. Теперь что с ним делать?
Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead. And your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Так, интересно, что будет дальше, ребят? Так. Не знаю, ребят, можно закончить часов 8. Потому что никто что-то на стрим не заходит. Может, завтра люди появятся.
Phelps, badge 1247.
Посмотрим, короче, ребят, как будет.
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man. Thanks for your help.
Так, ребят, ладно, поехали в отделение полиции. Так, ну ладно, сначала вот сюда, ребят, поедем. А потом уже в отделение полиции.
Can you drive to this one?
Так, ну ладно. Так, загрузка идет, ребят. Так, что тут у нас? А, тот же дом, ребят. О, какая-то улика, стоп. Так, и чё?
She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind. So what next?
You want my gut feeling? I'll tell you. This guy did it.
Так,
now
это
we just
чё у
gotta
нас?
find some evidence.
At least she was spared that particular indignity.
Так, что тут еще есть у нас? А, все, мы тут закончили, я вижу, ребят. Давайте поехали искать след такси, короче. Ну или в отделение полиции. Если так можно полегче выразиться.
You can drive.
Ай-яй-яй-яй, ребят, там что-то у меня... Ау! На лбу что-то выскочило. Подождите, сейчас приду.
What are we waiting for?
Что-то у меня, ребят, на лбу такое выскочило, что уж прям не знаю, что такое выходит. Хрена себе. Да еще когда лоб потрогал, так болело. Так болело, вы не представляете, ребят. Насколько сильно это больно. Подождите. Сейчас свет включу. Парилочку свою возьму. И плюс еще, ребят, это окно открою, чтобы запах жижи не проникал. Так, ладно.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on
Так,
furlough
ладно.
who looks like he's in trouble
Давайте, ребят.
and knows it.
Так, допросный. Вот он, ребят,
Detectives
тут.
Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning.
Так, контакт с жертвой,
You
ребят.
went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrellson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
And you started talking.
She looked good in her green dress. Up close, she was a little older than I thought, but like I said, I only had a 24-hour pass.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrellson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. If your story doesn't check out, Jessup, we're hanging you out to dry. Can you put the guy in two in a cell and inform
Один
the
правильный
commander?
вопрос только, друзья. Остальной вопрос, я не знаю, какой был правильный, к сожалению. Так. Еще немножко жишки, и все, ребят, придется заливать. Так, осмотреть лагерь бродяг. Угу. Лагерь бродяг. Ну окей, хорошо, допустим, сейчас мы его осмотрим. И что в итоге? Что мы там найдем? Что мы там найдем, ребят, с вами? Так, ну сохранение идет, как всегда. Я что могу сделать? Ребят, у меня сел геймпад, так что мне придется сесть на пол. Чтобы сами знаете, чтобы был бы.
Buck stop, keep him down, Phelps. If you want your rightful share, we need to fight for it!
Подеремся, ребят. Ну вот и все, замочили гада.
Comrade Stalin. Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Так.
Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it and see what you find.
Так, это что у нас?
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack. Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Ребят, после вот этой игры, как я ее закончу проходить, пройду полностью, будет Resident Evil 4 ремейк. Так что эта игра вам понравится больше, чем вот эта. Та-то новая, а это уже 12 лет недавности, как говорится.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job. Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs? We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze. So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
Так, кто-то написал. Я-то думаю, ты должен взять эту жишку и выкинуть нахуй. Что ты думаешь про это? О, Саня, привет, привет. Давай с тобой поговорим по звонку, я скоро как раз закончу. Ты же сам мне сказал то, что по чату ты мне мало чего сможешь донести. Ты же вчера об этом говорил. Вот как раз обсудим это в часов 8, потому что я сейчас закончу скоро. А так можем пока поговорить, как прошел день, что делаешь.
They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor.
Так.
How can you fight with that? We are better trained, Jack.
Кстати, Саня, я на работе даже к этой парилке даже сегодня не притронулся. Прикинь, какое достижение. Мне сегодня утром что-то плохо стало, и я полдня проспал вообще. Понятно. Я сегодня на работе вообще ее не трогал. Прям вообще. Я на работе сегодня был до 5, прикинь, ни разу в курилку не ходил. Потому что курить было не с кем. Вот так вот. А сейчас сам знаешь что. Так. Блять, холодно что-то стало. Сейчас я парилку выключу вообще. Ой, а тут вся комната нахуй провоняет. Сейчас, погодьте, я сейчас форточку закрою. Так, я тут. А чё тебе херово-то, Сань, стало? Так. Места. Лагерь бродяг. Ну мы и так уже здесь. Лучше ты ее выкинь в эту самую форточку, бабушка одобрит. Честно, вот, Саня, скажу тебе по секрету, бабушке уже пофиг. Ей уже пофиг. Она не обращает на меня даже внимания. Если это что-то изменит, то я только за. Но она на меня уже внимания никакого не обращает. Потому что, по ее словам, объяснять мне что-то бесполезно. Так что надо это об этом обсудить, когда будем говорить по звонку. Сейчас об этом смысла говорить нету. Так. Так, а вот тут что-то у нас есть интересного?
Hey, fuck you!
какая-то еще улика здесь есть. Пластинка какая-то. Ну-ка. Лагерь бродяг. Выбрать место. Так мы уже здесь. Что бы я бы здесь осмотреть бы еще мог? Так. Мне вот интересно. Так, веревка. И кровью вся измазана.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terrelson's chin.
Угу.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
Угу. Понятно. Вот все, что нам надо было найти. А я тут, ребят, ищу всякую херню. Ну-ка. Надеюсь, с этим местом закончено. Да, ребят, с этим местом закончено. В отделение полиции поехали. Больше нам здесь делать нечего.
You know the way. You can drive.
Так.
Three suspects in the can and one on the hook. Still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown, Cole.
It's possible. Have them
Я,
bring him
короче,
in.
пойду полежу.
KGPL, could we have Lars
Еще
Terrelson picked
напиши,
up?
когда стрим закончишь. Да скоро, Саня, уже скоро. Через 11 минут закончу. 8 часов закончу по своему времени и тебе позвоню. Так что жди звонка. Так, центральное отделение полиции.
Going this way.
Нам сюда. Ну и кого на этот раз допрашивать?
I heard he's an honest cop. Now that's an oxymoron for you.
В комнате допроса никого нету.
No good John with me, detective.
Так, ну-ка.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Так, ну-ка.
Husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same shtick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession and we can charge the bum with murder.
Так, ну значит мы поехали по правильному пути. Так, ну-ка. Интересно, интересно. Так, есть еще места, где мы с вами не смотрели? Мы вот тут еще не осматривали.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
Так, ну ладно. Так, а тут у нас что? Это что у нас?
I wonder why the picture was turned down.
Угу. Да мы тут, в принципе, все нашли, что могли. Может, что-нибудь на улице можно отыскать? Просто в доме искать уже нечего, ребят. Ну-ка. О, уже что-то интересно.
Looks like a match with the ligature marks.
Teresa's trail leads right to this cabbie's back seat, Phelps. We need to find him.
Так, ну значит, пойдемте искать таксиста. Только центральное отделение полиции осталось, больше ничего.
Can you drive to this one?
Так, ну все, поехали теперь. Так.
I'm telling you, it'll never stick and you'll get roasted.
Ну-ка.
I swear, this town is going straight to hell.
He has a rather pungent reek about him. Get in there and liberate a confession from him.
Ну-ка.
I've shown you the way, detective, so to it.
I'm just praying the prince comes through so I can nail the son.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down to 1 round.
Mm-hmm.
Copper won a medal in a solving all the cases?
Ладно, ребят, давайте тут мы с вами закончим. Все равно на стриме мало кто побывал. Ладно, всем спасибо за внимание. Подписывайтесь на мой канал, ставьте лайки, ребят. И давайте всем пока-пока-пока-пока.